Today we will be talking about Husky Energy from the microeconomic perspective. This is Econ 250 MA class from SAIT, team number 3, and team members Harshbir Singh Dillon, MD Isfaki Ahmed, and Lisbeth Morera. In the agenda for today, we will be covering the economic problems, supply and demand, elasticity, cost long and short run, market competition, and we will provide a recommendation at the end. So, Husky Energy is a company engaged in hydrocarbon exploration. It was founded in 1938 in Wyoming, the United States, but since 1946 it has its headquarters in Calgary, Alberta. It has operations in Western and Atlantic Canada, in Newfoundland and Labrador with the White Rose Project, also in the United States and in the Asia Pacific region. Husky Energy has two core businesses, which are the integrated corridor and the offshore. So let's move on to the economic problem, and in order to do so, we need to cover the three fundamental questions in economy, which are what to produce, how to produce it, and for whom. So Husky Energy produces oil, natural gas, asphalt, and associated products. Husky has two core businesses, the integrated corridor, which includes the Lloydminster heavy oil value chain, the oil sands, Western Canada production, US refining and Canadian refined products, and the offshore business, which includes production in Atlantic Canada and the Asia Pacific region. So how to produce it? Husky utilizes land, labor, equipment, and capital. The equipment and facilities are designed, constructed, instrumented, and operated to reduce hazard to as low as possible. Procedures are developed, implemented, and continually updated so that safe work practices are followed. Workers are trained, coached, and supervised, and personal protective equipment is always worn. So, for whom? Husky Retail and Commercial Distribution Network runs from Vancouver Island, British Columbia to Miramichi, New Brunswick, and consists of retail outlets, travel centers, car lock operations, and bulk distribution facilities. Let's move on to the short run for Husky Energy, and let's talk about the role of the company. Husky Energy is a corporation, and its common shares are publicly traded on the Toronto Stock Exchange under the symbol HSE. It employs 4,800 people, and the current CEO of the company is Rob Peabody. In October 2020, Cenovus Energy Incorporated agreed to acquire Husky Energy Incorporated in a friendly takeover deal valued at $3.8 billion in shares. So talking about explicit and implicit costs for Husky Energy. Usually the explicit costs of a company involve the costs paid to non-owners. For Husky, we can define as explicit costs the following: material and supplies, higher labor, depreciation on equipment, utilities, rent. Also, for the third quarter of 2020, the capital expenditure were $354 million, including $79 million in Superior Refinery rebuild capital. So, the implicit costs in the company are the cost of using the owner's resources when no payment is made, or a cost that does not require an actual expenditure of cash. For the third quarter of 2020, Husky Energy non-cash impairment totaled $6.7 billion after tax, and were related to lower long-term commodity price assumptions and management decisions to reduce capital investments. So let's see how to cut costs for Husky Energy. During 2020, the oil prices have been historically low, even in negative number, and Husky Energy was not the exception. In the third quarter of 2020, the company reported a net loss of $7 billion. The reported funds from operations for the third quarter amounted to $148 million. So one way to cut costs will be to buy the supplies cheaper or to reduce average costs. The merger between Cenabos Energy and Husky Energy will result in massive layoffs in both companies. The reductions in staff are expected to be approximately 20 to 25% of the combined workforce. This is, of course, bad news for Calgary workforce, but for Husky Energy, it will translate into a stronger company.
Hello, my name is Harshit Singh, and I'm here to speak on the topic of demand, supply, elasticity of demand and supply, and marketing structure. To start with a very common definition of demand, that demand refers to desire to buy a commodity backed by sufficient purchasing power and willingness to spend on it. There are several factors by which demand is bound to change. It can be due to law of demand or the determinants as well. Talking about Husky's energy, these all factors play their part to shift or move the demand curve of the company. The determinants show us that not only own price of the commodity affect, but things like price of other goods, income of consumers, and expectation, etc., are equally important, which the demand functions clarify as a relationship between the demand and its determinants. For instance, there are two products, goods A and good B. If the price of one good increases, for example, it's the good A, it will lead to increase in demand of other products, other good, and this is known as the substitute goods. Talking about the other component of the market, it's the supply. Generally speaking, supply schedules show the different quantities which the producer is ready to sell in the market at different possible prices at a point of time. Like demand, it does get influenced by different determinants of it which tend to change in the supply curves. Along with along prices of the commodity. It includes multiple factors like government policies, price of rated goods, price of factor of productions, so on and so forth. And after these two basic concepts, moving to the depth of the changes, we measure the degree of responsiveness to change in demand or change in supply by the name of elasticity. So, elasticity of demand shows the measurement of responsiveness as a change in demand due to change in the price of one commodity. Demand is considered as elastic or inelastic depending upon the degree of responsiveness. When the demand for the oil and other products of Husky Energy were seen as essential need by consumers, change in price has no or negligible impact on quantity demanded. So it is instance for inelastic demand in the company. On the other hand, even a slightest change in the price of the good or commodity by the company ends up having big change in quantity demanded, which show up the elasticity of commodity. So just like the demand elasticity, elasticity measures the degree of responsiveness due to change in price of commodity or its quantity supplied. It involve multiple factors like easy or difficult availability of input goods, renewable or non-renewable resources used, and etc. Husky Energy also has to go through all these factors while considering the elasticity for a particular product. In the case of process of making particular product, its elasticity is more likely to be less and vice versa. So according to me, Husky Energy is a perfect competition. Husky Energy is a perfect competition market. It involves large number of buyer and sellers. The demand and supply of individual buyer or seller covers very small fraction of the amount. Thus, individual buyer or seller wish for the quantity or price does not affect the market as they are price taker and cannot influence the market price. In other words, the price is controlled by the market forces, that is the government. Secondly, it's homogeneous product producing company which has zero product differentiation. So, which means that each company produces the same good, that is the oil, and also the buyer have the perfect knowledge of the product about its price and how it's look and etc, which help the buyers so that no seller can charge them higher price than of that. Also, it provides free entry and exit to firm which tend to make it normal profit market. before entry and exit of the firm in long run manage to wipe out and any extra profit or extra losses through increase or decrease the supply. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ahmed. Now I'm going to talk about demand and supply, cost in the long run, as well as recommendation for Husky Energy. So first I'm starting with demand. Demand means the quantity that customers are willing to and able to buy per period over the time at various prices. At various prices. In short, demand involves both the desire and the ability of customer to purchase. Demand also refers prices and measure quantities over the time. Supply: the quantities that producers are willing to and able to sell per period over the time at various prices based on customer demand. As of Husky supplies their product to the consumer at various prices over the time. Husky market. Husky is one of the Canada's largest integrated energy company operating in Western Canada and the United States, Asia Pacific, as well as Atlantic region. Changes in market of Husky. Oil and gas stocks have been hampered by low energy prices since the pandemic began. You can see here on right side Husky's market summary. The beginning of this year, I mean February 2020, their stock price was 10.69 CAD. After the pandemic, their prices decreases by half. Then market equilibrium. Husky Energy reduced production by more than 80,000 barrels per day. Most of them was heavy oil. Price went below $0 per barrel. For the COVID-19 outbreaks, as the demand decreases, everywhere they supplied automatically their production supplies goes down because without demand they could not able to supply. Now, cost in the long run. In the end of 2020, Husky merged with Cenovus Energy so that they can hold up their business and can operate their business for long run. For the second time for the second time this year, Calgary-based Husky Energy has slashed its spending power in response to unfavorable market conditions. The energy company announced the decision to cut an additional $900 million from their spending budget and keep $100 million for operating their business. As of now, negative cash margin before their operating costs are occurring, so they minimize their production cost for balancing their losses. Now, the recommendation. Husky might need to introduce something new so that they can hold up their business. They should reduce in explicit cost. They need to cut the cost until COVID-19 outbreaks ends. When the global economy grows, when the global economy grows, Husky can recover their losses. And this is our reference list from where we get all the information. And thanks for watching our videos.